guys. I want to speak about the creation of emotions, production of emotions in our body. And I know I've been speaking about this topic before, but I only gave you the half picture then, and I want to complete the picture. And also, this is such a life-changing, very important knowledge that I just like to speak about it again, because sometimes I get the feeling that people listen to me, or they listen to this kind of thought and knowledge, and they understand, they listen, they understand on the logical level, but then it, for some reason, doesn't really sink in, because if it would, it would have to be an incredible wow effect, because in fact it's a life-changing insight. It's life-changing. What more can I say? So there is three things I want to speak about, and the first thing is the most important, because it's about our emotional state. It's about our usual emotional state, our underlying emotions that determine our lives, and how we build it, and how it and what it does to us. So, we live in challenging times, no? I mean, if we look into the United States, what's happening there, and the whole, worldwide corona tragedy that has been happening or still is happening, we do live in challenging times, and also you may personally be in a challenging situation, and we tend to think that we are victims to those circumstances. And by thinking so, and by giving it a certain interpretation, this leads to the creation, to the production of a certain hormonal chemical cocktail within our bodies. And the thing is, this kind of a thinking habit and interpretation habit we learn, throughout our life. We take it over from people who brought us up, and through experiences we strengthen it, and it's like a neuronal habit that is very determined in our minds, and it leads every time we see a certain situation in the external world, we'll interpret in a similar way, and it gives us the same kind of emotion. And there is even such a thing as getting addicted to this kind of emotion. That's also why some people, they get addicted to to watching CNN, or to watching bad news, they do it from morning to evening, and all the time it gives them a certain, this thing, their kind of interpretation of what's going on around them is leading to a certain chemical cocktail they are producing within their bodies. And depending on what this cocktail is like, it's either, usually in that case, it's poisonous, and if you change your kind of interpretation, it could be as well life prolonging and keeping you healthy and radiant and beautiful. But usually it's not. Usually it will lead to something like a feeling of threat, a feeling of fear, a feeling of anger towards what's happening in the world. A lot of anger. If you look on social media, there is a lot of anger going on there, and so hatred. That's all very poisonous emotions that they are, you imagine It's like a poisonous chemical cocktail. Every time you have this kind of an emotion, you poisoning yourself. And if you do that for long enough, one thing is for sure, it will make you sick. But then, once you're sick, you won't make this connection. Oh, that's because I poisoned myself for 20, 30, 40 years with my own emotions. Because you don't know it, or you forget about it, and you think, oh, I'm getting older, so that's why I'm getting sick. No, you're getting sick because you have been poisoning yourself for too long with your interpretation of what's happening around you. So, no, whatever is the circumstance, you're not a victim to the circumstance. You always have the choice to find your own interpretation. And you can always find a positive interpretation of what's happening. It's always good for something. And that's a matter of learning, that's a matter of, it's your decision. So this is the most important thing. Behind most of our emotions that determine our day, our status, there is a thought, there is an interpretation, and it's upon you to choose if you want this thought to lead to a beauty cocktail within you and to a life-prolonging cocktail, if you want to poison yourself on a constant level. Okay? So number 1. Number 2, direct contact. Okay, we do have receptors in our body extremities. We do have receptors also in our heart region. So if somebody hits you, if somebody punches you, if a cat scratches you, if somebody hurts you, if somebody caresses you, there is a almost immediate production of an emotion. Again, the emotion is a chemical cocktail, but here we are reacting, our body is reacting to a direct contact, okay? And this is a survival mode, this is an evolutionary thing, so there is nothing bad about that. And also if somebody hurts us, this feeling of maybe pain or threat or even fear or whatever, discomfort, this discomfort is not gonna last for the next 10 hours. It's a sudden thing, it's an immediate thing, and it's good like this, and it's going to be gone in a few seconds or in a few minutes. So nothing wrong with that. Third thing is an energetic thing, and we all know it, we meet somebody and all of a sudden we have this feeling of warmth, we feel so well in the presence of this person. And or the contrary, we meet somebody and it gives us a shiver, we don't like this person, we are not on the same wavelength, even the language covers it, and we there is a kind of bad energy, and that means there is energy coming in from outside, also it can also be, it doesn't have to be a person, can also be a house, can be a group of people, can be different situations, and this energy is interfering with our own energy. And as I already said, we do have receptors in our extremities, body extremities and heart region, and so it leads to a reaction, and it leads to the production and creation of a certain hormonal cocktail. But also here there's a difference, because this is kind of a warning system. There is nothing bad about that. So I mentioned all 3 ways how we create emotions, and you should remember the first one the most, because this is life-changing. So choose well how you interpret what's happening around you, and make it a life-prolonging beauty cocktail instead of poisoning yourself.